Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be another race from my first ever community lobby that I hosted the other night. I absolutely had a amazing time in both races. So this is going to be the final race. This is a Group 3 race. Balance of performances on, so I'm going to expect some absolutely exciting and close racing going into this. What did surprise me was the different cars that were kind of on show. Lots of kind of different machines, so really awesome to see, and definitely a step up from what you really see in sport mode in terms of variety. So let's get our first ever Group 3 community race underway. We've got Father Figure leading Ticket Bait versus leading G-Man for Rio. So it's an American 1-2-3 as we get into this, followed by Pig Racing and Jace. Archangel making a move very early on. So let's go down into turn 1. Father Figure getting through, running a little bit wide. Ticket Bait getting a really good run through there. As there's a bit of there's a Porsche spinning in the background. Looking like most people got through pretty unscathed. So I'm actually kind of surprised by that. As Father Figure leads us up the hill. We've got Ticket Bait second, Big City Racing in P3, G-Man for Rio, he's in P4 now, Jace P5, followed by another Porsche and a Subaru BRZ. So, oh, that's looking like absolute carnage. We've got cars everywhere. Jace getting caught up, Kayan getting caught up, G-Man getting caught up. I've managed to get through pretty unscathed in comparison. So we'll look at those highlights later on in the video when we go for a highlight reel. G-Man now dropped to P12, the Hungarian in now P14, last place. Archangel obviously on the charge after dropping back early on with that spin. I believe it was his Porsche spinning out in turn 1. So we've got G-Man in P12. Largent, he's P11. He went absolutely flying in that accident by the look of it. Sierra with a 5-second penalty, I believe, may have caused that accident. I'm not too sure. We'll have to look into it. Kayan, he's in P9, 4-second penalty, so I don't know what happened there. He seems to just get caught up. We've got Raddy, P8, doing pretty nicely. Mostly getting through the accident pretty much unscathed. We've got myself, P7, so we're on a bit of a charge up the grid. Tetsu, P6 in the Aston Martin GT1. So there's another big pack of cars here. Are we going to get through this time? As you can see, I'm just trying to hold back a little bit there. So let's have a look. Oh, that looks like Ticket Bait and possibly Father Figure getting caught up. Jace getting caught up there as well. He's gone spinning. That is Jace. He's gone for a spin. So absolutely gutting for him, getting caught up constantly in the chaos as we're up to P4, followed by Raddy there. Tetsu up to P2 as Pig City Racing managing to get through most of that pretty much unscathed in P3. So Tetsu in the GT1 now up to P2. Avalanche, well, he's pretty much dodged it all. He's P1 in that stunning looking Porsche. Absolutely love the livery on this one. So he's going to end lap 2 and go on to lap 3 in first position, chased down by Tetsu and myself as I've managed to get the move on Pig City Racing done. Is Raddy going to get past him? Ooh, yeah, okay, so I've got my move done on Pig City and Raddy looking to chase him now. So let's go on board as we go up the hill. He's in the slipstream, that Porsche that he's driving very, very quick. So is he going to manage to get the move done? Looking like he might. The Subaru again, sort of, just dropping back due to the slipstream. He's going to go on the inside, is he? Is he going to get this move done? Let's have a look. Oh, no, not quite. Pig City holding him off there. Really well driven by these two, by the Saudi Arabian and the Brit, as they hold on for the long sweeping right hander. It's looking like the Subaru's got the position there. Lauren, he's basically on his own at this point in P6, chased down by Kayan, who's got a half-a-second penalty. I'm going to assume that is for track limit. So yeah, he's not having the best of races so far. As Sierra, they've served the penalty and they are going away in the Corvette. Looking like Archangel, yeah, so Archangel's had a penalty there. He's served that, which has allowed G-Man for Rio to go through, as well as the Hungarians. So very nicely driven by them. Basically, G-Man going to have to make all those positions back up after that awful start. Jace down in P12, so that's a bit gutting for him. And Ticket Bait, well, he's dropped all the way back after looking like he got in an accident at the same time as Jace, so that's absolutely gutting. So Tetsu, he's looking to make a move on Avalanche now. Is he going to be able to do it? He's in the slipstream. Is he? Yeah, okay, it's sort of jittering about. He's going to make the move, though. He's going to go around the outside here. Is he going to be able to make it stick side by side? Oh, that's risky. And they've both managed to do it nice and clean. It's a good racing by those guys there. Tetsu now taking the lead from the back of the grid. Awesome drive by him. Again, the cars sort of are sorted in their performance point rating, but balance of performance is on. So we've got Avalanche P2. He's going to have to try and chase down the German now. We've got ourselves in P3 pretty much on our own. We're chased by Raddy, who had a pretty awesome race, I must admit. He really kind of stuck onto the back of me in these early stages, so good driving by him. Pig City, he's dropped back. He's sort of on his own now, but again, awesome drive by him to sort of get away unscathed from the chaos at the beginning. Largent, he's chased down by Kayan. Kayan looking very, very quick there, chasing down the BRZ. Let's go on board with him. So is he going to manage to get a move into turn one? He's looking a bit too far back there, but he's going to have a slipstream going up the hill. Oh, Largent's gone wide, so that's going to be a half a second time penalty for him for track limit. Surely, yes, there we go. It's on now. So he's in the slipstream. The BMW is an absolute rocket in a straight line, so if he's running in the slipstream, I'm going to assume he's probably going to get the move done into this absolutely terrifying sector where most accidents happen. Is a bit too far back there, so Largent holding on for another lap. Sierra in P8 pretty much doing their own thing after the chaos at the start, so awesome to see a Chevy involved. Absolutely awesome sounding machine. As the Hungarian's gone wide there, is he going to lose a position? Looking like G-Man's coming up behind him. He's coming quite quick as well, as we've got Archangel again making up positions after dropping back with that spin at the start. I believe it dropped him quite a way back as well, so he's doing awesome on his recovery drive, as we can see Jace there in the background. So we've got 3 Porsches that are going to look like they're going to be battling it for position there for P9, possibly P8. So awesome to see. Ticket Bait, the poor guy, he's just kind of dropped back now. What an awesome looking Mountain Dew livery, one of the more standout cars of this race. He's in P12, just not had the best of times, so I really do kind of feel for him getting caught up in everything, but he had a really good kind of start, mostly missing that lap 1 incident, and then obviously getting caught in lap 2. So we're on board myself here with the fully stripped out Super Silhouette as we go on board to chase down Avalanche. Now Avalanche looking like he's gone a bit deep there, but it's looking like I've not got the best run out of it as it goes all over the track there. We are chased by Raddy, the Saudi Arabian. Here he goes, he's on the back of me, he's in the slipstream. That Porsche is an absolute rocket as he's setting really good sectors there, purple sectors. As we go into the left-hander, we're going to have the right-hander coming up here. Is he going to be close enough there? He's going to have a little slip there by the look of it. So it's looking as if the Super Silhouette is very kind of stable in the corners. But in terms of straight line speed, it's just absolutely nowhere. Obviously, the Super Silhouette is a 5-speed, and these GT3 cars, well, they've got they're not stick shift either, so they're very, very quick in terms of pace. So I'm expecting them to do quite well. Kayan, he's past Pig City Racing now, as Pig City drops to P6. Still a very good drive by him. Sierra now catching Pig City, as well as the Hungarian. Well, he's not giving up just yet, even though he's ran into a few problems. He's still going. G-Man, he's breaking away from Archangel and Jace. Jace now very, very close, so let's go on board as he chases down Archangel. Looking like he's in the slipstream, but he's looking a bit far back, really, to do much of anything. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything through here. He's going to keep following in the slipstream, but he is now also on a recovery drive. Ticket Bait, well, again, like I said, he's just dropped back, but at least he did it in style, so absolutely awesome to see Ticket Bait turn up to this event. Well done. Tetsu, he is still in the lead. He's looking like he's slapped the barrier out there, so Avalanche still chasing him down. Myself, P3, looking like I broke away from Raddy for a little bit, probably not too long. That Porsche an absolute rocket down the straight. He's got a half a second penalty, so I'm going to assume that is for track limits. Looking like I'm going to get one now because that looked a bit wide. Let's see if we're going to, yeah, there we go, half a second penalty. So yeah, great. So both myself and Raddy with the half a second penalty each, as he continues to try and chase me down in that absolute rocket of a Porsche. Kayan still P5, getting a massive gap from anyone else, so he's really, really pushing this time around. Sierra is now past the Hungarian, who's got a half a second penalty as he drops to P7. So yeah, that's looking like a bit of a shame, really, even though he's looking to really chase down. We've got 3 Porsches all pretty much on it, so these are some of the faster cars in this race. They're quite far back due to obviously incidents at the beginning of the race. We've got G-Man, followed by Archangel, followed by Jace as he goes on the chase, as we've got Ticket Bait taking a pit stop. Ah, oh, bless him. he's just having a good time, and that's all that really matters. So, you know, thank you so much for coming. I believe he will drop out soon though. So we've got Jace P10. So we've got 3 Porsches at the back of the pack. Jace is through on Archangel there. Awesome move around the outside. So really well done to him as he chases down G-Man. Jace looking like he's got quite a bit of pace. Obviously, if you remember, he was driving the Toyota in the other race, the 600 pp pre-1985 race we did. As Tetsu, he leads the way, followed by Avalanche, who is dropping back a little bit at this point. So it's looking like the 3 front runners, so myself included, are kind of just, you know, spread apart doing our own thing. So Raddy has dropped off somewhere, so we'll have to have a look through the highlights to see. Yeah, so he's in P5 now as KN105 is on the push in that BMW after getting caught up in all the chaos early on. So I'm not really sure what happened to Raddy there. He shouldn't really be that far back. Sierra P6. The Hungarian P7, Jace now P8, so he's the leading of the 3 Porsches that are left in this race. And Ticket Bait, he's done his pit stop and got a track limits penalty as well. So Avalanche, he's pushing hard, looking like he's gapping me at this point, but he's looking like he's kind of closing up to the Aston Martin GT1 that's out in the lead. So he definitely looks a bit closer. Myself, well, I'm just kind of wandering around doing my own thing on lap 10 out of 15. So yeah, not the best race really for me. I kind of just couldn't keep up with the front runners in terms of pace, and yeah, just kind of is what it is. Raddy, well, he's still chasing down KN after losing a position there. We will try and find out later on what happened. I'm not too sure. He was definitely had pace in this race, so honestly, really well done to him. Did really impress me. He's in the slipstream. The Porsche is a rocket in a straight line, like I've said. The Corvette, well, that's leading the way. There's a Hungarian kind of maintains his P7, but he's not giving up just yet. Jace, he's looking like he's broken away from the other 2 Porsches he has. He's really got some pace in that Porsche, as Archangel now gets a half a second track limit penalty, so that's a bit gutting for him. So he's leading. Oh, Avalanche has gone off. That's a half a second penalty as well, so I'm not sure what happened there. It looks like he's just lost the rear end. I'm going to assume he's ran wide and then kind of missed the entry into the right-hander there and just kind of gone up against the barrier. Absolutely gutting for him. He's dropped down to P3, so I've gone past him there. He's going to manage to, well, he's going to have to try and really chase me down at this point, as Raddy is still chasing down KN, going really kind of deep into the apex of that corner there. So someone's got, yeah, Avalanche has got the track limit penalty. Sorry about that. Oh, poor guy, he must be gutted. He was absolutely closing up on the Aston Martin at one point as well, as I am now setting purple sectors as we go through this sector of the track. So early on it felt like my pace was kind of there and then just dropped off at the midpoint before kind of picking up towards the end. Tetsu obviously leading the way now by quite a margin, as he's a bit slower than his personal best, so he's losing a bit of pace as well. So yeah, it just felt like halfway through the race my pace just kind of dropped off before kind of recovering it for a couple of laps, but you know, we'll kind of go into that later. It's yeah, it wasn't the best race for me in the end really. So I'm kind of P2 doing my own thing at this point. Tetsu's P1 doing his own thing. Avalanche, he's being chased down by KN105, so he's on an absolute belter of a recovery drive, so well done to KN as he keeps on pushing in that BMW. Raddy close behind him, but looking like the BMW's got a bit of a gap, a bit of a comfort blanket really compared to Raddy. As Raddy goes wide, oh, he's gone a bit deep there, and the back end sort of twitched out, so he's going to lose loads of time there. No slipstream for him. Sierra may even close up as the Hungarian goes wide there in the Subaru. So Sierra kind of just doing their own thing. The Hungarian still not giving up, chasing down Jace. He is on a charge now as he absolutely gaps the other 2 Porsches. Archangel dropping back a bit from G-Man for real. Absolutely gutting for G-Man, starting I believe what, P3. As Tetsu, he's got a second penalty, so that's going to allow me to start closing the gap. So let's see what we can do. We're going on board here as we go into this sweeping left-hander. So let's see if I can really close that gap up. I've run a little bit wide. Oh, that's a bit of a track limits. Going into the right-hander. And, oh, we're going to, oh, straight into the barrier. That's absolutely gutting. So we've got half a second penalty for track limits. And we've managed to just catch it on the pit entry there. So we've not actually had to do a pit stop. So kind of saving myself there. God, that's pretty much my race over and done with. Finally, when we find some pace, I end up hitting the barrier. So I think I've just gone a bit too deep in there and sort of lost a bit of stability on the car and gone up into the wall. Luckily managed to kind of keep it going and not end up in the pits. So P7 for myself. As you can see, the Hungarian now through up into P6. I'm going to have to serve that penalty as well. So that's absolutely gutting, especially when all of a sudden I just found pace and obviously the leader had took his penalty. Jace, well, he's P8 just behind me. G-Man, he's all of a sudden got pace from nowhere. He's really gapping Archangel now as he has another half a second penalty for track limits. Tetsu, he's pretty much racing on his own at this point. I don't think anyone is going to be able to catch him as he has gone on to his 14th lap. However, the BMW of KN, he is absolutely charging down against Avalanche here. So let's go on board with him. It's looking like an absolute good run out of there. He's going to be in the slipstream, but that Porsche, again, very, very fast in a straight line. The BMW is also, but not quite as quick as the Porsche in terms of its straight line speed. As KN has also got the fastest lap, so he's really on a charge now. And absolutely awesome recovery drive from him as he sits in P4. Looking like Raddy's kind of dropped back from these two. So it's going to be an absolutely awesome race for these pair on the last couple of laps. Avalanche doing very, very well, recovering from that mishap earlier on and you know, getting back his P2. So well done to him. Kind of survived the early stages very well. So awesome drive by him as KN looking to slip in out of that corner there. He's going to get a bit closer to the Porsche here. But he's gone a little bit deep and the Porsche's just going to carry on accelerating. So sadly not this time for Kane. He's not going to get the move done. Avalanche is holding him off as they're about to go on to their final lap. Raddy, he is P4 in the Porsche, just kind of doing his own thing now after that little mishap earlier, but awesome drive by him. Sierra P5 looking like they're getting caught by the Hungarian there. So that Subaru all of a sudden finding pace and really closing the gap up to that Corvette. So awesome drive by him. He just does not give up. Even after, you know, that big barrier shunt earlier. Myself, well, I'm P7 and my pace is completely gone at this point. Jace, he's P8, absolutely pulled away from the other Porsches, really finding pace in these late stages. G-Man, he's also now gapped Archangel, so again, finding decent pace to pull away as the Porsches are now spread out after that awesome battle early doors, kind of into the midpoint of the race between those three of Jace, G-Man and Archangel. So awesome recovery drive. I mean, he just didn't give up, to be honest, did he, Archangel? Even when he kind of had that problem, he just kept going, and he's actually, you know, survived the quitting players, and he's going to manage to get himself a top 10, even if it is kind of last place on the track. The others retiring and basically going back into the lobby. Tetsu, though, he's going to take the inaugural win for the community group 3 race. Really awesome job by him, awesome drive, even if he is jittering about absolutely everywhere. Fully deserved, really had pace in that GT1. Avalanche, he's going to get P2 as KN drops back into the clutches of Raddy, who isn't just going to be able to get him. So well done, Raddy, again doing a little spin across the line. Sierra P5 in the Corvette, followed by the Hungarian very close behind ourselves. We're going to get P7, and Jace, he's going to get a very deserved P8. Awesome recovery to break away from those other Porsches. G-Man, he's going to get P9. Thank you so much for taking part. And Archangel, he's going to round up the last of the finishers in P10. Very well done to him. Well done to Tetsu for the first ever win of Group 3 cars in a community event. So let's go check out the highlights, eh? So the first highlight is Archangel. He's going to basically run into a bit of trouble, tapped by Jace and spun around. Most people getting through cleanly, but sadly it had to be poor Archangel getting caught up in the mess, as he's going to try and get himself back away and get himself back into contention, try and, you know, close up to the rest of the pack. He's going to be a little bit late for this, though. This is onboard ticket bait as him and Pig City make contact. This is a bit of a separate incident from behind. I don't really think it was the catalyst. They both kind of avoided everything that went off there. So we're going to look at a few angles. So this is on board Sierra in the Corvette. I feel like they kind of started, I know, it looked like Jace kind of got caught up in it. So just absolute carnage everywhere. Cars flying left and right. The Sierra quite happily gets on their way again. Kind of survived that quite well, all things considering. Jace, however, he's going to not have the best of times in this accident, so he's going to get tapped by Largent. Largent's going to go flying. Jace is then going to hit G-Man, who's going to hit the BMW, and it's just absolute carnage. So Jace getting away with it, but really getting caught in the pack there, losing a ton of time. So this is on board G-Man for real. He's going to get absolutely just flung off after avoiding, you know, the first bit of it. So gutting for him, but you know, he's going to get himself back going again as we see the Subaru up in the barrier there of the Hungarian driver. That's very just disappointing for everyone, really. This is on board Largent. He's going to go absolutely flying as then everybody else starts hitting each other just after. He's going to manage to get respawned on the track, so a good bit of luck there. So this is on board Kayan. He's going to end up just getting tapped and just spun into the barrier, but he's going to have an excellent recovery drive to P3. So very well done to him as he gets a long way along with Sierra. So this is on board one of the Subarus. I believe this is a Hungarian. It's pretty much his own little accident, just trying to avoid everything, and just ends up losing a bit of traction and goes up into the barrier. So absolutely gutting for him, the Hungarian driver, but however he did hold on and manage to take a decent finishing position. Avalanche, he's going to get the move done on Ticket Bait and then also chase down Father Figure early doors to take the lead of the race. However, we both know Tetsu would come out of nowhere and just keep flying all the way to the end. But very well done by Avalanche there for the move. On board with Jace again, he's going to get into a little bit more of an accident as Ticket Bait goes flying. Raddy then gives him a nudge. I feel like it wasn't intentional there at all, but poor Jace just running into chaos as he tries to get going underway again. On board Ticket Bait, he's going to basically get tapped by Father Figure and end up in the barrier, pretty much putting him out of the race after his pretty awesome and clean getaway and start early doors. So absolutely gutting for him. Also, shout out to that Martin livery, absolutely stunning and striking livery. So Father Figure just goes a bit too deep, I think, taps Ticket Bait, and it just kind of, yeah, he just kind of backs out and leaves, bless him. But thank you for joining. So after the chaos at the start, we've got an awesome overtake here by Raddy. He's going to get up the inside of Pig City Racing, and there's not much you can really do about it there. The pace of that Porsche is absolutely incredible. Awesome drive by him. Really good overtake. Nice to see some respect between both drivers. Definitely awesome to see. So he's through and pulling away from the Subaru. Then we've got Tetsu. He's going to make the move for the lead against Avalanche, and he's not going to have to look back after this one. Little bit of a bump, but they both managed to get through cleanly. And Avalanche, he's going to try and hold on to the back of the Aston Martin. However, he just didn't stand a chance with the pace of Tetsu there. This is Kayan. He's going to make the move on Pig City Racing. Poor Pig City just getting caught up in everything. But he had an absolutely, you know, pretty decent drive. Avalanche, though, he's going to absolutely kick himself for this one. So much pace, closing up on Tetsu. He's going to run onto the grass, run it wide, hit the grass there, and then, oh, there we go. You can just see the back end stepping away. And he's going to drop down into P3, losing the position to myself. Gutting for him. Then let's go and have a look at my accident. So I've just ended up into the wall, managed to catch it on the entry to the pit somehow, avoiding having to take a pit stop. Looking for a bit of a clean place to go. Managed to get the car running again, and we're going to lose positions to both Sierra and the Hungarian driver. So here he comes, and he's going to make the move into P6. So absolutely gutting for myself. I really felt I had pace at that point in the race. Then we've got Raddy again, and this is why he dropped back. So he's quite up behind me. It's just going to hit the barrier, and it's going to spin him around, costing him a ton of time as he gets himself up and going again. On board of the race, well, it's this. This is on board, I believe, I want to say Avalanche, as he manages to get through all the chaos. So now for my three favourite liveries. In third place, I've got Jace with this awesome Red Bull inspired livery. Really, really good looking livery on this Porsche. So well done for the third best livery to come into this lobby. Absolutely love it. In P2, in terms of liveries, we've got Avalanche. I really love the clean design of this one. Absolutely stunning design. And really kind of lit up the track, really well suited to kind of the bright setting. But the best livery, well, it's Ticket Bait and this Mountain Dew liveried BRZ. Absolutely striking livery. Really, really like this one. So thank you so much for joining and kind of just brightening up the whole race. Even if, you know, you had to kind of retire the car in the mid stages of the race. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to everyone that joined. I'm going to try and get one of these going at least once a week. Some may be kind of last minute, but I will try and get at least a proper one planned once a week so we can kind of stream, have a chat, and I can put together more community highlights. If you want to be joining one, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, turn the notifications on so you don't miss a thing from the channel. Thank you so much for your support recently. It's been absolutely incredible, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers, guys. Peace.